Chris, very, very scrappy game and the first defeat at home in quite a while.
Yeah, I think get my first excuse in straight away. We were seriously tired today. We were absolutely screwed from both Ipswich and Arsenal. Very high pressure games. I don't think Derby were particularly impressive today. I thought we were pretty poor. I couldn't really give you any reason for Norwich City to deserve the 3 points today, Jack. And Derby got that lucky deflected finish. There's also a massive case for a penalty, and what would have completely changed the game, having been a blatant red card for Scott Carson, their goalkeeper. But look, excuses away. Norwich City need to kind of get their heads out their arses and stop feeling sorry for themselves. Yeah, because that Derby goal, you can maybe say it was lucky when it dropped straight to Winnall's feet, but at the end of the day, we've got to create our own chances, Jack. We've got to create our own chances. I mean, Tommy Tribal, he was fantastic today. He was more interested. I think at the end he just kind of wanted to get a machete out of his back pocket and kind of just chop their heads off. But he made his first mistake today, which says it all, Jack. I mean, and I'm not surprised, having played 120 minutes at Arsenal, more than 90 minutes here today. The players were knackered. I know that sounds like an excuse. I don't think Derby were particularly class. I thought the scummer Tom Lawrence was okay. He produced a few classy moments, but obviously massively cheated and dived as well. So just a disappointing game all round, really. I mean, excuses aside, everything aside, let's get straight down to the facts. Our home form this season has been pretty poor. How does that change, okay, and how do we bounce back? It's been okay. It's not been poor. It's been okay. I mean, you would have expected to do more, but let's not forget, Jack, that we almost won at Arsenal. I mean, do you now, as a Norwich fan, slightly regret giving Arsenal as much as we gave it? I'm not saying it's the right thing or the wrong thing, but in my opinion, I'm now looking at that game thinking, should we have played our full strength team, knowing that we've got a big league game at home at the weekend now? You could say it's good to give everything to the cup, but in my opinion, you look at players like Tom Tribal, Wes, Maddison. I thought Wes was off the pace today as well, by the way. So, look, overall, I don't think we should lose our heads. It's just Derby County. We'll let them have their lovely little day out, but it'll be back to business for us against Wolves on Tuesday night. I mean, that first half, it couldn't have really gone against us as much as it did. We hit the crossbar. Sucker punch, right, the penalty and then the goal. Well, yeah. I mean, to concede right on. Let's forget the penalty decision, because we all know that there was a blatant penalty. Even the Derby fans, when they see the highlights back, will think, "Cool, we got away with that." You've just got to look at the fact that we've conceded a sucker punch goal. It was a great finish, but similar to when we conceded. Who was it that we conceded to? Hull. Similar, just bobbing forwards, not covering. But to be honest with you, the style of football that we play, we've kind of got to expect that, Jack. And I'm actually very, very concerned about Nelson Oliveira, because I was excited when he came on. I gave it large to the Derby fans, started rubbing my hands together, because I knew we would go on to win that game when he came on the pitch. But unfortunately, him getting injured is a massive blow to us with Wolves on Tuesday night. I mean, I suppose the one thing that Norwich fans were saying before this was, let's hope we really go for it. Let's hope we open up, and we did open up in that second half. Opened up too much. And well, exactly, and we let it slip. I think it's the first time in 8 games, if not more, where the defence has looked shaky. It has looked shaky. There was so much pressure on the back four the whole time. And you know what? Credit to Derby in that respect, because they did put a hell of a lot of pressure on our back four, which kind of makes a change. And actually, I'm kind of quite pleased that they did, because I think we've been maybe slightly too complacent at home. We've been like, oh yeah, we're the home team, we're going to pass it around the back. Well, look, it doesn't really matter. You can pass it around the back all day, but if we're not doing anything forwards, Marley Watkins didn't get a touch of the ball. Very disappointed that he didn't get a touch. Yannick, now we've got to talk about Yannick. I'll be interested to get your thoughts straight away, Jack. For me, going forwards, I couldn't ask for any more. Very, very good player, very gifted player, beast, not afraid, confident. 80% of the time he delivers, but for me today, defensively, he was seriously shaky, and he's got to improve that area. Just like Josh, he's got the same issue as Josh. The final product, and defensively as well, I think those two have got to improve. Yes, they're midfielders, but when you're coming up against a team like Derby, where we're going to be bombing forwards and bombing backwards, you've got to be cautious. Wolves on Tuesday night, that's another big one, isn't it? I'm worried because, as I say, Nelson out, massive confidence knock today, in my opinion. I think the players will be feeling a bit sorry for themselves, so it's going to be interesting. If we can get, to be honest with you, I'd take a draw against Wolves right now, Jack.